For years I have paid the price. Tonight the covenant must be renewed. Spirit that watched the night, I call on you today. Julia, you will open the doors of wealth for me. By morning you will walk away smiling, and money will flow like water for me. Makunda, the goddess of wealth, it is done.
I don't know what is happening to me. I only went to meet Chief last night. Why do I feel so much pain? Somebody help me! I feel like something is eating me up. This pain is not normal. And what is this bad smell?
When Tina settled abroad, her life began to transform in ways she had only dreamed of. She enrolled in a master's degree program, and for the first time, life felt smooth, purposeful, and full of opportunities. Her days were structured and fulfilling, attending lectures, meeting professors, and networking with like-minded peers. Each morning, she would wake to the gentle sunlight streaming through her apartment, the city's skyline reflecting off polished glass buildings. If you haven't watched part 1, go and check it out now so you can understand how this story began. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, turn on notifications, and stay with us as the story continues. Tina's husband, Mr. Lawrence, continued to adore her. He was attentive, loving, and protective, never allowing her to feel any insecurity about leaving home, work, or her past behind. His mother, initially a distant figure in Tina's imagination, turned out to be warm and welcoming. She treated Tina like a daughter, often inviting her over for family dinners and calling her my sweet daughter with genuine affection. Tina, in turn, embraced the family with humility and grace, learning the subtleties of high society, living without losing her grounded nature. Through dedication and her natural eye for detail, Tina quickly found a path as an event planner. She organized intimate gatherings, corporate lunches, and high-profile parties with elegance, grace, and efficiency. Her reputation grew, and soon she was being recommended for bigger events, each more luxurious than the last. She still remembered her humble beginnings, how she had washed floors, scrubbed toilets, and endured whispers of envy from co-workers. But now, those experiences were part of the story that shaped her patience, resilience, and integrity. Meanwhile, back in Abuja, Julia's life had shifted dramatically. Gone were the days of small hustles and club hopping for minor attention. She had caught the eye of a wealthy chief who asked her out. A man known in elite circles for his influence and riches. Julia, naturally bold and daring, quickly aligned herself with his lifestyle, attending private events, lounging in his newly purchased luxury house, and enjoying expensive clothes, flashy handbags, and private drivers. But Julia's excitement was superficial. She cared more about what she could gain than the man she was with. He rented her a luxury apartment and got her iPhone 16 Pro Max. One evening, as Julia lounged in the soft leather of her living room, she leaned forward and said with practiced eagerness, "Babe, I need a car. My birthday is in 2 months." Chief chuckled softly, a smooth, calculated smile on his lips. "No problem, my dear. I will get it for you," he said casually, though his mind was elsewhere, already plotting. Life had consumed Julia entirely. Tina, once her closest friend, became a distant memory. Whenever Tina called, Julia would answer hurriedly, "I am busy. I'll call you back," yet she never did. She had forgotten entirely how patient, hardworking, and humble Tina had been, and she ignored the warning signs in her own life. 2 months later, a week to her birthday, on a night that would change Julia's life forever, the chief called her again. He invited her to a hotel. But unknown to Julia, that evening coincided with the completion of an occult ritual. He had been preparing for months a ritual meant to renew his wealth covenant using a woman as the medium. At first, Julia refused. "I cannot come tonight. I will be going to see my sick mom." She lied, but when Chief offered to give her $2,000 for her attendance, an amount she had never received from him before, her greed won over. "Fine," she whispered to herself. Finally, some real money. She dressed flawlessly, choosing a short figure-hugging dress and high heels, applying bold makeup to look irresistible. She ordered a ride, ignoring the fact that the hotel was different from the usual. Her mind was filled with excitement. When she arrived, Chief greeted her warmly. "I just closed a huge contract. I want to celebrate it with you, my angel," he said, smiling as if celebrating her arrival. They ate, drank, and gave in to passion. Julia, slept up in the pleasure and unaware, fell fast asleep. Afterward, while she slept, the chief performed the ritual, using a strange red bead given to him by Baba. He circled her head as he muttered incantations, binding her presence to his wealth covenant. When morning came, he woke her gently, handed her the cash, and watched her leave. He laughed quietly to himself. "I will be 10 times richer than I am." Julia returned home in a haze of indulgence, unaware of what has happened, took a shower, and began to prepare breakfast. But soon a sharp, unexplainable pain shot through her stomach. Confused, she muttered, "Why am I feeling this way? I've already seen my period this month. What is happening?" She dialed Chief's number. It was not going through. Panic began to rise. She had no car, no address, and no idea where he worked. Running to the bathroom in pain, she was horrified to see thick blackish fluid leaving her body, accompanied by a terrible smell. Groaning, she clutched the sink, her mind racing. What is happening to me? Desperate, she remembered Naya, Tina's trusted colleague. She dialed Naya, her voice trembling. "I am dying. Please come to my rescue. I need your help. I'll send my address." Naya, shocked but resolute, immediately took permission from work and left. She knew Julia from a previous meeting when Tina had introduced them during a visit. 30 minutes later, she arrived to find Julia on the floor, writhing in pain, the apartment filled with a foul stench. Naya was so shocked and did not hesitate. She called a cab and rushed Julia to the hospital. At the hospital, doctors examined Julia thoroughly but could not find any physical cause for her pain. Naya insisted, "She is clearly in agony. Something is wrong, even if you cannot see it." She took Julia's phone and contacted her mother, who arrived within hours. Julia, pale and exhausted, held her mother's hand and whispered, "I am so sorry, Mama. I failed you," before collapsing in her mother's arms. When Tina learned of the event, Naya recounted everything in detail. Tina's heart sank, but she felt quietly grateful for the careful choices she had made, the patience she had shown, and the moral integrity that guided her. She realized how precarious life could be for those who chased wealth recklessly without thought of consequence. Greed and impatience often lead to irreversible consequences. Those who chase wealth or power through shortcuts without regard for integrity or safety may face harm in ways they cannot foresee. True success, happiness, and safety come from discipline, patience, hard work, and moral integrity. Life rewards those who are diligent and cautious, while reckless indulgence carries unseen dangers. If you enjoyed this story, make sure you subscribe, hit the like button, and turn on notifications. Also drop a comment telling where you are watching from.